to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle, and with me always is Malort, Mike, and Melissa at the Mac Shack. Randy is out sick still. Good luck, Randy. Godspeed. We love you. We miss you. But we've also changed... That was nice.
Yeah, let's go.
We also changed the camera settings, so now we have a whiskey backdrop.
Because that makes sense, really.
Right.
Well, because I walked in and I was like, why are you doing video with that backdrop when this one looks so much better? So not even on the show yet and already improving the visuals.
Right. So you're in. You're on the show now. It works. So how you guys been?
Good.
How's the week been?
Well, it snowed, so.
Yeah.
So I'm outnumbered here because I don't mind the snow, but...
But I loathe it.
Yeah. Ugh. I am not a snow. I don't like snow. When Liz said it was, she's like, "Oh, it's gonna snow." I'm like, "No, it's not. Bullshit. It's 50 degrees." She's like, "It's
yeah, and it's gonna be 50
snow.
degrees in like another 2 days."
Right. And I went, "Bullshit," and then it started snowing, and I'm like, "Oh, this is bullshit."
And it was coming down fast.
Yeah, and heavy. Like
Yeah.
it was just like big, heavy flakes. I'm just like, this is stupid. I fucking hate living in Ohio. Like I just hate living here.
There's so many reasons not to like it sometimes.
I mean, I just would rather be in South Carolina or northern Georgia.
My parents are in North Carolina right now at the beach. It was 60, gorgeous. They saw dolphins like every day.
That's what I want.
Right?
Yeah.
Dolphins and sharks.
Right.
I want all that. I need all that. And I don't even need to get in the water, like, necessarily. Like, whenever I go to the beach, I don't have to get in the water. I just want to be near the water.
I want to hear the water.
I want to hear it. I want to see it.
I want to smell it.
I want to, I want
Smell
that,
the salt.
the salt and
100%.
the sand. I
I'm
want all
with
that.
you on that.
I don't need to get in it. Like, I don't even really like getting in bodies of water where I can't see I won't swim in lakes.
Yeah.
See, I'm not the only. I'm not the only one because I can't see what I'm going to step on. I can't see if there's things swimming around my feet. No, thank you.
Right. And like snapping turtles, like in ponds, swimming in people's ponds, their personal ponds, snapping turtles, you never know they're there.
Yeah.
They'll take a foot.
Well, and I feel like, Gen X kids, right? And all the TV shows and like the horror movies that we watched where like we are permanently scarred from Jaws. Like you need
Final
to be able to
Destination.
see what's in the water.
Right.
There is not one kid out there who knows what stop, drop, and roll is.
No.
And they should probably know it because there are more chances for them catching on fire than ever
Than
there
us.
were for us.
Right.
And like certainly I feel like quicksand is not playing nearly as an important role in my life as an adult as I was led to believe as a child.
Yeah, the 80s, everybody got stuck in quicksand.
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman had to save you with her lasso of truth.
Right.
Or someone had to throw a vine.
Yeah.
Or Indiana Jones had to throw his whip.
Right.
Yeah, something.
Something.
Have any of you ever seen quicksand in real life?
I didn't even think after... Well, up until I'm like, well, then the quicksand, whatever. It's a thing. And then, like, maybe 5-6 years ago, I'm like, quicksand, it's not real.
I was going to say, is it actually a thing? Because we have Google now.
It is. It is a thing now. Like, I had to look it up. It's a thing, but it's not like...
It's so rare. It requires like the perfect conditions to exist.
So wait, are we saying that you are more likely to get attacked by a shark, as in Jaws, than you are to go through quicksand?
You are more likely to get attacked by a megalodon than die in quicksand.
Sharknado.
Yes.
It's happening.
But like quicksand, it's not even like the muddy shit that you would... It's air pockets in the sand, so when you move, you sink.
Yeah.
You can recreate it at home with...
Like an aquarium.
With an aquarium and air tubes, and you put the air tubes in, and the sand becomes like liquid. You can move it around, and the minute you stop, it becomes hard as a rock.
Okay.
So it has to be the right conditions for it to even work properly, and it's just like we were all led to believe that quicksand was going to... We were all dying in quicksand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the A-team was going to have to save us, and Face was going to be, and Murdoch and them were going to show up.
Yeah, 100%.
And that shit ain't happening. So
we got...
All right, what's in front of me here?
We all have. This is one of Mike's cows picks. What's the name of this one?
This one is no cows in the champagne room.
Yeah, they're so bad at naming shit.
The only one that I really like was the Rona Lisa.
Rona Lisa's, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a champagne room?
Yeah.
Oh, where is the champagne room?
You're not
can't
supposed to
tell you
know
that.
that.
I feel so much better that there's champagne involved.
So this is a barrel stave. It is 109.7 proof, so it's 54.85.
Okay.
Barreled September 2023. It is 2 American Pure Staves, 2 French Sous Vide, 1 Maker's Mark 46, 2 Roasted French Mendiant, and 2 Toasted French Spice.
This is by far my favorite stave profile. Out of all the stave profiles ever, this is the best one.
It's good nose. It's
It has
sweet smell.
it's very sweet, caramely. Like
Appley.
You're getting apple?
I get apple.
I just smell your cigar. Maybe move it over.
Oh, that was a good nose.
Oh, Mike, what'd you have for lunch today?
Okay, now I smell it.
I get a little apple. Like it's not green apple, it's
This
red
is
apple.
Ridiculous. Scratch your skin.
And then sniff it. It
And then
resets
sniff
your
it,
olfactory.
I
Sure.
learned so
Factory.
much. I learned so much. Like scratch your skin. Here's some saline. Like okay,
Yeah.
so scratch my skin, and now
And
what?
then, now
Scratch.
sniff your arm.
Sniff my
I
arm.
know.
All right, the amount of pretension just rolling out of this
Right.
room right now.
And
then-
now smell them. It resets your nose.
It resets your nose.
Okay.
So I get like a red apple.
Like apple cinnamon.
Yeah.
Can I pause for just a second though? Like the very first time that this man ever made dinner for me when we were dating, I want you to know, like he's making dinner. We're in his shithole apartment, his bachelor pad. It was horrible. And I see him very deliberately, like this was strategic. He gets his fingers wet and he like puts them on his nostrils and then smells dinner. And I'm like, what is this nonsense?
Wet nose smells better.
Like a dog.
It
Like a
works.
dog, yeah.
It's a thing.
It's stupid, but it works.
I'd say they taught it to us in culinary school, but I didn't go to culinary school. I moved to Columbus instead.
Well, it worked. I married him, so.
I was just a drunken mess, and Liz hated me.
Well, Liz is amazing,
She
so.
is. But I'm like a fungus. I grow on you.
I can totally, yes.
So yeah, I actually get apple peel, not so much apple skin. Like apple, I get an apple peel, like red apple peel.
Yeah, definitely sweet and like baking spices.
I
Yeah.
get sweet and spicy spices, like baking spices. Yeah, I'm impressed that you get apple just because I'm not that.
I didn't
good.
get it till after I reset my olfactories,
Oh, okay, all right.
my olfactoral sensors.
Okay, now do we drink?
Yeah.
You drink.
You have to teach me how to do this, guys.
No, just sip.
So don't pass judgment until about after your third sip.
Okay, that I do remember someone saying.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm glad I got 2 bottles.
Yeah. This is this is good.
It is good.
This is it's very sweet, heavy on baking spices. Like
But like the finish is really, really nice.
It
yeah,
is.
it's real nice.
It's super mild, but not in a bad way. All right, let me see if I can find the tasting notes on this.
I still kind of get that apple peel up front, and then it goes sweet. Then the baking spices like a
Cloves. I get cloves.
yeah, clove and nutmeg in the back with a mild burn on the finish.
The finish is not bad at all.
No.
It's nice.
It's really good. I'm glad you got 2 bottles of this too.
My first sip went like all up into my upper sinuses, but after that,
You're
it
not
really.
supposed to snort it.
Why? It was an
I
accident.
mean, we can get
That's a whole different thing.
That's a whole different
whole-
show.
Yeah. We can get Bolivian no sugar.
No
Pass.
thanks. That is really nice.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. That third sip, though, everything kind of balances out and just meshes real nice. This is a bottle I got burned with that
The unicorn
the
tears.
Unicorn Tears one, and
Try that again too, just to see. All right.
and it's so now every time Cows does something, and when they name it after themselves, then I'm really leery.
Yep. So non-age stated, but Maker's Mark cast strength
About a
is
6
usually
year.
around 6 years. Staves are added, and the bourbon rests in the barrel for another 9 weeks.
Yeah, that's
Nose, a nice dry cocoa drizzled with caramel sauce, along with worn leather notes and hints of cherry.
I don't get no. I
don't
apple.
get leather. I get more apple than I do cherry.
Yeah, I got more apple. as
I don't
well.
get leather either.
Taste. The chocolate and caramel notes hit right up front for a sweet start. Then it drifts into the worn leather note, but it pulls fruit notes with such as orange peel, cherry, and dried figs. The mouthfeel has a great viscosity to it.
Yeah, the mouthfeel is real nice. It's not.
Ruby zoomies out there.
Yeah.
No, I was just the dogs, and like I look out there, and Misha's humping Ruby. So it's just
Misha and Ruby actually
Sorry, everybody.
came up to me. Like Ruby like walked up like,
life with dogs.
"Hey, what's up? You were just here 7 days ago."
Yeah. This is a longer finish as the leather mingles with the chocolate fruit notes and a tobacco note emerges as well. I like this.
I can see
this
the
is good.
tobacco.
Tobacco, yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm. Especially after taking a hit off a cigar. I don't get the orange or the cherry still though, and the leather is. It's. You mentioned it. I didn't get it before that sip. Super faint, but I wouldn't have been able to pick that out unless you said something.
Mm-mm. No, this still.
Like that's just power suggestion.
For me, is primarily still cloves.
Yeah, let's saline this bitch up.
Okay.
Magic drops.
You just need one. Legitimately, you just need one. Yeah, might as well. Hook a brother up.
All right. Swirl it.
Swirl it. Melissa may want a little more. The saline is super strong.
Oh, damn. That's like damn near salty now.
Yeah, it is. Holy shit.
That's salted caramel.
It's salted caramel apple.
It did become salted caramel. That's wild. And I do pick up the apple
Yeah.
more.
And that's just on a drop. Just imagine we put that whole thing in there.
And it does change the viscosity, and it just gets smoother. Like,
Yeah.
that is yummy.
It's really good. I really, really, really like it.
Yeah, this is a good.
Although I don't know. I mean, I'm not a member of COWS, so I can talk shit. I don't know that you could screw up a bottle of Makers, but I'm sure they could. But I don't think.
There's been a couple that have been like, okay.
I know
but
I give
still
them a
not
lot of shit.
bad.
No, I know I give them a lot of shit, but it's all because I'm not a member there.
But for real, though, if you were making an apple pie, this would be the whiskey that you would want to put in your apple pie. At least now, at least with the saline.
I don't know.
It totally changed it.
We may want to use that Watershed brandy. No.
Not ever again. Like, and it's funny because Watershed just had like our double gold winning award rye. I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm drinking this faster than
I'm just not ever gonna buy Watershed again.
No, it's they're doing the whole they're having a lottery for some other bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's the rye.
And I'm
or
just
whatever.
like,
I'm like,
I want to
I'm just not
respawn
anymore.
every time and be like, why are you even promoting this? This is garbage. It's shit. Don't just close your doors. But speaking of that, because they're an Ohio distillery, when I was talking to Dom earlier, pre-recording conversation, I said, it would be really great is if we could get a Bourbon Fest in Lancaster.
And
He goes, I'll text Aaron right now.
That'd
that
be
would be
fun.
amazing.
yes, please.
So what do we need to do?
Yeah, right.
We had a bourbon tasting at the winery a couple years ago.
At Rockside.
At
Rockside did one. Hoods did an Irish whiskey one last year.
Yep.
And then I think
did
they
another
just
one this
did
year.
another one like just before the end of the year, out at their other locations. So there's another
So
restaurant.
at the country club.
Yeah, that's so they did a bourbon tasting out there, and it was relatively cheap. It was like $40, I think. Well, it was $40 for the Irish whiskey. I think it was a little bit more for the bourbon tasting out at the country club. But if we could, as a show, work with Dom and Aaron, because Dom is my gatekeeper to Aaron at this point.
Yeah.
To get the Ohio distilleries and do an Ohio Distillery Bourbon Fest type of deal in Lancaster, because there's now several. There was Echo. Like, I've never heard of Echo Distilling until this morning.
Yeah, I was about to say C.O.W.S had a Echo thing at one point. They didn't do a bottle with them. They just did a tasting there. I couldn't get to it because it was on a day where I couldn't go. Yeah, that's the other thing about C.O.W.S. It's not just barrel picks. They have meetings once a month.
Yeah,
And
they have a
like,
whole thing.
They have like great people who come out and do these. I mean, you get.
Well, I've seen Rabbit Hole there,
Yeah.
and I I did say that I was going to become a member of a whiskey club, and that's the whiskey that I was going to buy was only the whiskey club stuff. Just because 2 years ago, I was buying a bottle of whiskey every week, almost, for the show.
And then I got involved.
And then
so.
Mike got involved, and I didn't have to go buy a bottle of whiskey every month because I
Yeah.
was the only one buying the bottles. I was buying 98% of the bottles.
This explains so much, actually.
So, so C.O.W.S is about to do a VIP event with Waterford whiskey for Irish whiskey, and so the head brewer is going to be there as well as a team of distillers, and so like they do really cool shit.
Yeah.
Waterford, like the glasses?
I don't know if there's a connection or not.
There
Okay.
probably is. If it's
I'm
all coming
sure-
out of...
if it's coming out of Ireland, then I'm sure it is. Like, yeah, it's intriguing.
It
It's super
is.
intriguing.
It is.
Like, yeah, a Waterford whiskey glass, yes, please.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, even so...
I mean, it's clear where my priorities are. I'm like, oh, like the glasses? So, yeah.
You
Well,
want
no,
crystal?
I mean...
Yeah, okay.
Crystal, I'll take a set of Crystal. So my youngest boyfriend, his mom,
Your youngest boy.
I know that you might want to
youngest-
rephrase that.
my youngest-
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
boyfriend's mom, works for a glass company, and they supply all the glass for PGA.
Sweet.
Crystal, everything. She's like, anything you want, you let me know. I'm like,
Cool.
I might be taking you up on that.
Yeah.
I got a basement that I'm redoing, and I need some new crystal glasses because they do crystal and glass.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Crystal's beautiful.
I could use a decanter.
We do have some Waterford. We don't use it very often. We should use it more. Yeah. That's
We have some too. We never use it.
right.
I think I have.
We
mine
got
are
a set for
stemmed.
our wedding. Yeah, stemmed wine glasses for our wedding.
I'm committing. We're going to start using it because
Just use them for everyday drinking.
right.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean,
Bottles of wine, $10 and under only.
yeah,
Diet Pepsi.
yeah. Water,
Right.
water in a Waterford crystal glass.
Tap.
Yeah.
Tap water.
Well,
I don't drink tap water.
reverse osmosis water.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's not be savage.
Right.
We're-
We do live in
Electrolyte
Lancaster.
water.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want any prions. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hashtag mad cow disease. That's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like this. Like I said, I should probably become a member of C.O.W.S. I think I'm gonna try to sign up for the Mash and Drum or the Mash and Journey.
I saw.
Club.
I was looking at that the other day.
Jason has actually said, "Bring your shit up, and we'll do a show."
Okay.
What's the cows thing? Like why? Like
Central
Central-
Ohio Whiskey Society.
Yeah,
okay.
Half
Yeah.
of the bottles I have that
they're
I get,
all cow stuff. Cows.
Okay.
Cows.
Yeah.
Well, because being in Columbus, and an ag town,
Yeah.
there is that kind of cows connection.
Central
so.
Ohio Whiskey
And Columbus is
Society cows.
called
The Cow Town.
Cowtown.
Yeah.
And the previous mayor hated that name. What was his name? Mike's.
Case.
No,
is it-
no, the mayor.
Oh, the mayor.
The Columbus.
Coleman.
Coleman. Mike Coleman. There you go. He hated that people called Columbus Cowtown. What are you gonna do about it? You can't stop it.
Yeah.
But it's an agricultural town
It is.
initially, and that's what OSU is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so C.O.W.S is Central Ohio Whiskey
Yeah, it was-
Society.
I mean, Dublin, you've got a whole field of cement corn. Like we're an agricultural town.
yeah. But have you ever looked into the back history of that?
I have not.
The guy. So the short version is the family that owned that didn't want Dublin to be able to do anything with the land, so they donated it to an artist. I think it was to an artist, and the artist had free reign to do what he wanted with the property,
And just put up.
and he put up all that cement corn.
That's amazing.
And because it became like
A thing.
like a public domain thing, then the city can't do anything with it.
Okay. I mean, it is like the world's largest ball of twine. Like this is like the field of cement corn.
It's the
like we're
largest field of cement corn in the world.
Is it serious?
It's probably the only one.
I was about to say.
Columbus, everyone, we are a destination location.
Also, world's largest basket.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which may or may get torn down in the next
Oh,
5
are they
years.
gonna?
They've been talking about it for like 10 years now, that the Longenberger building was going to come down. Longenberger doesn't even exist anymore.
I
far
see
as-
Longerburger baskets
It's,
all over
Every
the place.
garage sale that you go to.
I have several of them.
If you
'cause Liz
are
inherited all that shit.
over 65, you probably have a Longerburger basket somewhere in your house.
Yeah. And we have several because Liz inherited them from her
Oh, yes.
grandmothers. And I'm like, we don't even use these things? Why do Like, are they worth anything? Can we cash them in for
Maybe.
something?
I don't know.
It could be.
I haven't looked because my mom had a lot too, and so it's just not my jam. But they might be worth
excellent
something.
at collecting dust.
They are.
My hamper is a Longenberger basket.
Are you serious?
Swear to
that
God.
was a lot of money at some point in time.
It's like a 3.5 foot.
That
tall
was
That was
that's
like-
$300.
I was about to say it's like a $400 hamper.
Yeah. And it had leather straps on the back for the hinge, and they've both torn. I'm just like,
Oh, so
do we
there
have to
goes
keep
the
this
value.
thing? No,
I mean-
it may have increased. Who
Yeah.
knows?
If you're a listener,
It's
please
vintage.
check eBay for us and put a note in the show comments.
That'll be Johnny. Johnny will do that.
Johnny,
for us.
thank you, Johnny.
But yeah, we got Longenberger. There's
Field of Corn.
The Field of Corn.
There's the Hell is Real.
Hell is real signs up and down 71.
Touchdown. It used to be Touchdown Jesus.
Touchdown
until
Jesus.
he caught fire.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like we could read a lot into that.
that's
That's.
That got hit by lightning and caught fire.
I mean,
Again,
so
you
much I could say.
read a whole lot into that.
at least it's not Big Butter Jesus. That's I think Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We do have
Minnesota, too.
Well, we have
Yeah.
the butter cow, don't we, at Ohio State?
We got the butter
Yeah.
cow at Ohio State.
And Buffalo has the butter sheep.
Yep. Yep. That's Broadway Market. Easter.
There's the world's largest nutcracker village in Steubenville, literally called Nutcracker Village. It's 2 city blocks of nutcrackers in houses, like big nutcrackers, like 6 foot tall nutcrackers.
Okay. All right.
Hooray, Steubenville.
It's big nuts.
Yeah, this is big nuts to crack.
Big nuts.
Godzilla style nuts.
If you need a 6-foot nutcracker, that's King Kong nuts.
Yeah.
No, King Kong's nuts are way bigger than that.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Diddy Kong,
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah, this is it. This is what we fucking
This
talk
is
Yeah, this is-
okay. So I was like, all right. So what do we talk about on the podcast? You're like, we just talk.
Whatever.
Okay.
There's no script. It's come in with. Sometimes you come in with an idea, and sometimes you just see where things go.
Yeah,
And we
this is
we
it.
made it to Godzilla's and Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
or
we're talking about
King Kong's
nutcrackers.
nuts.
I mean, and
Yeah.
we're only one
One sample in?
one sample in.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
So I really like this. Back
Yeah.
to the Maker's Mark. I'm impressed. Good job, cows. Way to go.
How many donuts out of 5? Just 3.5.
1.5, 2.5, 5.5.
I would say this is so the scale is 3 is if you see it, buy it, which you can't. So you have to take that into consideration. This
Yeah.
is a limited pick, so it's not like you can
It's
go
not
out and get this.
Publicly available.
Oh, so
And
that
it wasn't
should-
publicly available to begin with.
So
Yeah.
does that increase the donut score?
It could decrease.
It
Depends
could
on-
decrease it because it's not readily available. Like what we have done is like that Buzzard's Roost cigar ride that we tried last week. That's a 4. If you see it, buy
Absolutely.
it.
Okay, I feel like I need a rubric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Just think of it this way. What do you give it?
Yeah. Just out of 5.
Out of 5. In half mark increments.
Yeah.
I would give this a 3.5. I really liked it, and some of them that I've tried from you that you've
Not
had
so
are
much.
just like make my toes curl and not in a good way. This one is really pleasant. It made me think of dessert in like a sundae. So I enjoyed it.
I'm at a 3.5 as well.
3.5, 4. Yeah. Yes. Same.
I am a big Maker's Mark. I'm a big Maker's Mark fan. So
Like
anything.
they don't put out bad stuff. They're really good at what they do.
Not really, which disappoints me to try to I want to try to, and I can easily get a sample of the Cellar Age Batch 1 release. Hold it.
Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then get a Cellar Age Batch 2 when it comes out. Because they said it's going to be an annual release. It's not something that is. But Batch 1 was all over the place, like Travelers. It was like
People liked it or they didn't like
or
it.
they liked it, or they were like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Travelers I liked it, I didn't like it.
For me it was just
It fell flat.
it was just okay.
Yeah, it's not great. Even when I mixed it with Dr. Pepper,
How was the old fashioned?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it fell flat. Like everything about it fell. And I made 3 different old fashions with it. It wasn't like I made the same 3 old fashions. I made 3 different old fashions. I did one. I smoked one with smoked orange bitters, and a Trader Joe's
Orange.
I made another one with pistachio bitters.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good. And smoked. The first one I smoked with applewood. The second one I smoked with cherry wood with pistachio bitters and a cherry.
That makes sense.
That was good, but it wasn't like those are the two things. Like those are the first two. Like when I'm making old fashions, it's always smoked orange and then it's pistachio. And I was just kind of like, And then the third one, I'm like, fuck it. I did apple and cherry wood combined with a orange bitters, not a smoked orange bitters, with the cherry and a little bit of cherry juice.
And I feel like you probably didn't even get any of the whiskey.
No, it was just straight, like it was just sugar water almost.
It just took all the flavors of everything.
That's too bad.
It just absorbed it. In all three of them, I'm like, this is like I was severely disappointed, and it was. I went real light on everything other than the whiskey. Like doubled up on. I mean, I was using your standard rocks glass, and I was filling that glass. It came out almost full to the top,
And you still lost the whiskey in it?
and you still lost the whiskey.
Yeah,
in
we
it.
tried that last week, and it was just.
It was bad. It wasn't.
It's.
I will happily come to a show where you just do a bunch of old fashions.
We can do that.
Oh yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
We've done that
Yeah.
before. It was really good.
Yeah.
I do. You've spoiled me on old fashions. When I travel a lot for work, and I'll go to a hotel bar and I'll have an old fashioned. I'll be like, "This is not as good as my husband's."
I even made
The
a
Sazeracs last week were.
the Sazerac.
Now, the Sazerac you made, having just been out in New Orleans, that Sazerac was very, very reminiscent of Niao's Creole Kitchen in New Orleans.
I'm looking forward to going to New Orleans.
Yeah, I need to go.
Have you never been?
I've never been to New Orleans.
Oh my gosh!
Fuck it, like, and everybody talks it up about like Bourbon Street and everything else. The food, you almost have to work to find a bad meal, and like
I feel like that's a show right there.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, dibs. Yes,
Just
please.
working through trying to find a bad restaurant. in
You'd
a
need
place
some
that has-
time. Like you'd need some time. There's so many places to eat
Oh,
and
it would
drink
be a
down
week's
there.
worth of recording because it would have to. There's no way you could do that in a day or two.
No.
Like it would have to be a week's worth of record, stop. Like that would be a whole. That would be like
A Yelp 1-star review restaurant.
yeah. It would have to like.
Like you walk in and like the rat holds the door open for you.
I mean, but I am saying this Maker's Mark that we just had with a beignet. All right,
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I could do that with breakfast.
Yeah. Well, it's reminiscent. Like that's French toasty.
Oh, as I say, with
Yeah.
pancakes or French toast or
maple.
Belgian waffles, something
Yeah.
like that. Something sweet. You'd need a sweeter breakfast.
Or that beer we had 2 weeks ago.
The double stack.
Yeah.
And so had Randy been here, I actually had another one ready to go. It was Great Notions French toast one.
Oh, so I got on their site. That's where I had to pull the photo from because I forgot to take a picture, or I pulled the description from their website. And I was like, oh, they have a French toast.
Yeah,
I love French
I've got
toast.
that in the fridge right
You
now.
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
We may have to do just a quick short show. Sorry, Randy.
No, but I do have a beer ready to go if we want to try it because this is one I don't think Randy will like at all.
We can go beer, whiskey, beer, and just all have hangovers tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't have to work tomorrow. I have to
I don't
drive to
either.
Cleveland, but I don't have to work.
I'm off. I had to text my boss. I'm like, are we closed tomorrow? He's like, yes. I'm like, you want to start drinking now? He's like, I'm already drunk. And then he said, just kidding. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you are not.
Are you though?
Yeah, tomorrow I think I'm going to go look at a car for Lex. And people are giving me shit because of what I'm looking at.
Do tell.
Who
There's
the
the
F
star.
cares
That's
what?
where I'm
It's
at.
no
They're
one
like,
else's business.
You don't want to buy that. That's way too much car for a 16-year-old that's just learning to drive. And I'm like, I'd rather have
A good car.
a 350 horsepower car and get the fuck out of its own way than some banger 4-cylinder that
Just because we grew up
Can't
with
move.
piece of shit
wait a
cars
minute
does
now,
not.
So I think the rules are she has to at some point have a Chevy Malibu.
no. I will nope. Nope. And that was the discussion.
Those are the rules. I didn't
No.
make them. I'm very sorry.
No. Are we going to use the same glasses, or you want to get new stuff? Okay. No, I'm looking at. I am by no means rich or wealthy. I'm very frugal with shit, just to put that out there. So when I say I'm looking at Audis, people are like, oh my God, you're going to buy her a luxury. First off, yes, they are luxury vehicles. Second, they're luxury sports sedans. Third, they have like some of the highest safety ratings. Like Randy gives me shit all the time. Ooh, fucking Volkswagen. Right there, Randy, with your fucking just because you had a bad experience doesn't mean they're all bad. So
I mean, I had a bad experience with a Ford car, so I will never ever buy a Ford car again.
I just grew up like it was beat into me that Fords are found on the road dead, and don't ever buy a Ford because if I die, I will come back to haunt you.
Yeah, fix or repair daily. Found on road dead.
And
fucked over Roger.
Found on road dead. Got it. I was late.
There you go.
Found on road dead.
The only thing that people can come back with typically is first on race day. Oh, have you seen them go against it?
Yeah, okay, because they sell those at
cares?
the dealership.
Yeah, you can go
Does
buy.
my car come with a pit crew? No. Okay,
No.
cool.
And you can go buy like a Shelby or something, and yeah, they're fast as hell, but they're also $140,000 cars. Anyway, I'm looking at a 2015 Audi A6.
Okay.
With a 330 horsepower supercharged V6, same motor I had in my S5, which I fucking loved. It's goddamn bulletproof. $15,000.
See, I mean,
I don't think it's more than I want to spend. Yes, I'm going to try to get the price down some.
I mean, unless you get a beater, though, you're not going to
not
find a car for cheaper than that.
No, and that's the conversation that Liz and I had before we moved. Is I was prepared to take out. I don't have to take out a mortgage now because we're using some of the sales from the other house to purchase the vehicle, which, thank God. But I said, she goes, well, we can find something for $5,000. I'm like,
Sure, and then in 2 years.
I'm like, no, we can't.
Because then you're just going to be paying for repairs constantly, and that's what I don't. I'd rather pay more for the car and not have to deal with repairs because then I can count on a car payment.
Right.
I don't.
Well, and a lot of the repairs I can do on this car.
Yeah.
Like I have the equipment
Good for
to
you.
do those. Like I have the computer equipment. I have that shit. So if something happens, I can fix it. Plus I know, like, I know the German cars inside and out just from owning so many of them. So I'm thinking about going and looking at this car tomorrow. I'm going to try to beat them down to 12.5 out the door.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth a look.
And it's the problem I have is the car is in an accident and it was hit on 3 of the 4 corners. But we don't know what the damage was. It's not a rebuild title, and it's sitting at a dealership.
So if it's at a dealership, if it's a dealership versus like
It's Bob Lloyd.
yeah, right.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like some shitty little used car dealership.
Right.
It's not, you know.
It's a reputable.
It's a reputable dealership in Columbus. So I think I'm going to go look at it tomorrow.
Do what's right for your kid and for your family,
Well, that's what I'm
and like
doing.
everyone else can fuck off.
I can also drive the car.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
It'll prepare
Motivations
me.
are clear now.
I informed Liz today. I said, you know I love you, right? And she goes,
What?
What do you want?
Oh God! Right, I can feel myself. I can feel
You can
my
feel it.
stress coming on, Liz.
And I
see you.
I said, you know, I should have never got rid of the S5. And I did. I said, I got rid of it for you.
Oh my God!
So that you could get a pool. And then found out that I didn't have to get rid of the car after we refinanced the house to get the fucking pool. I said, so I really love the fact that you're going to let me buy a $100,000 sports car. And she looks at me and she goes, the fuck I am. And I said, well, you're going to let me buy an Audi RS6 wagon, right? And she goes, nah. I said, for 100, just under 100. I said, I'm going to fucking buy it. Not today, not tomorrow.
Someday.
But someday.
Okay, someday. I would like to preface with, try that, McLaren. Try that.
Oh, he can buy a McLaren?
No.
McLaren buys a McLaren?
Right.
We saw a McLaren in fucking Lancaster.
Yes,
like a
there's
month
one
ago.
here.
Yeah.
There's a guy in town that drives it's either black or blue.
No, this one was white.
Ooh, there's a new one?
Personalized plates that said subprime.
What a dickhead.
Right? And I was just like I'm driving, I look over, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
He's like, he must be passing through.
there's a guy that lives here, because I've seen it more than once, so that he lives in the area somewhere, and it's either black or dark blue. And I've passed him on 33 or on Memorial.
First off, that's embarrassing for him.
Yeah. Well, then...
if you have a McLaren, you should not be being passed by fucking anyone.
Well, we passed in traffic.
Okay.
But
Still.
But I've also seen a Lamborghini Urus.
In
down here.
Lancaster?
Yes.
So, like, I'm at Easton, and I see cars like that all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
There was a guy who one time during the summer pulled up in front of the store, just leaned against his car for a half hour, got back in and drove away.
What a dipshit.
Someone was absolutely trying to pick up girls.
Someone has a small peenie.
You're right. Like, I was like, is he going? No.
No.
And it was just one of those things where we just watched. I was like, nope, there he goes. It was just like, check out my
Gross.
car.
Yeah, that's
and then drove
disgusting.
away.
Yeah, no thanks.
And why would you do that in front of Trader Joe's?
Well, I mean,
not the dog on Trader
come on,
Joe's, but-
like we're all because all the women go to Trader Joe's.
Let's-
Trader Joe's is amazing.
Yeah.
Why not do that like up near the station or, in the loop over by the fountain?
Like, if you want to pick up a woman with money, you go to Whole Foods.
I mean, yeah.
All right, what are we drinking?
So this
It's real
is
pretty.
Because it's really sweet. And
It's
it
really
tastes, I've
pretty.
already
have you?
dove into it. Dubbed.
Fremont Brewing out of Seattle. This is their 13th anniversary barrel-aged golden barley wine. So it's an exclusive blend of barrel-aged golden barley wine ales, aged in 8 to 13-year-old Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. And it's a blend of 5, 7, 18, 20, and 28-month-old barrel-aged golden barley
Yeah,
wines.
this is really good. Like the nose on it is fruity and barrely.
I can't smell it.
It's so sweet.
All right, let me
And,
do
like,
the-
it's so smooth.
Yeah, and it's super sweet, not like sickly sweet, but like super fruity sweet.
Like smooth. It's creamy.
Yeah, creamy. No, really.
No.
Oh,
That's why I only gave you a little bit.
Ugh. Sorry.
no,
Sorry
this
for-
is right up my alley for
Yeah.
things I love.
13.7.
Yeah, if they make that at like an 18, it'd be even better.
Yeah.
What was it aged in?
Heaven Hill bourbon barrels.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good. I like this. This pairs nicely with the whiskey we just had.
Just a little dabble.
You want a little
Yeah, what's
little
that?
Irish car bomb?
Yeah.
You got mini shot glasses we can drop into this and chug.
Maybe.
We're getting fucked up tonight. We'll save that for next week.
Oh, that's right. I don't work Saturday because we have the Brewfest.
We got the Brew Ha Ha Fest.
Is that
So
next
that-
weekend?
Yeah.
That opens at 1.
Yes. So I also forgot that Harley, we were supposed to do a daddy-daughter date on Saturday.
Oof.
Breakfast?
Breakfast?
Nope, we're doing it Friday night.
Okay.
What happened was, so I forgot, and then you bought the ticket, and you were like, hey, I bought tickets. I'm like, shit.
I was supposed
And
to
then-
go with them.
But we were fighting, so.
Oh, well.
I
I was like, you want to go? She's like, yeah, no.
Back off.
Cool. All right.
Well,
Fair. That's
And
why I
then-
asked.
and then Liz goes, the 24th? She goes, that's when you're supposed to go on your date with Harley because she doesn't like going to the daddy-daughter dances. She'd much rather just be like, let's go get sushi, see a movie, and whatever.
yeah.
So I'm like, cool, because I don't like one of those either. Because then I just stand, like, she runs off with her friends.
Right.
And then I end up talking to a bunch of guys that I don't know or don't like.
Right.
Like, there's maybe 3 people there that I like.
Yeah, you can drink that. I'm not drinking that.
I knew.
So she's like, let's just do this and whatever. Fuck the haters. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I said, hey, so by the way, Daddy made a boo-boo. Can we do our date on Friday instead? I said, nothing's going to change. It's still the same. She goes, yeah, that's fine. She goes, what'd you do? I said, well, Brewfest is Saturday. I said, I'm going to Brewfest. And she's like, oh, yeah, let's definitely do this Friday.
Where you go? What's the plan?
I don't know.
Okay. Does
She
she get to
hasn't
pick?
told me yet.
Okay.
But it's going to involve sushi, and it's going to involve a movie.
Okay.
So I
Both
don't.
of those things are quality.
Yes, I don't know if there's any movies out she can watch at this point.
I have no idea what movies are out anymore.
But if she wants to go see Argyle, we'll go see Argyle, which is a
Oh.
Kingsman movie.
We it's not a movie that's in the theaters, but we just watched Saltburn.
I've heard that I've
It
heard
was not as disturbing to me as it was to other people.
I've heard that it's good, and I've heard it's fucking disturbing.
Both of those things, and it's visually like beautiful. Like it is just beautiful, and the music is
fucking
great.
fantastic.
The acting is amazing, but there are definitely times during that movie where you're like, I regret that I'm watching this with my kid in the room. To every cell in my body, I wish that my daughter was not.
And Connor is a like horror movie and like gore like aficionado. Every time
yeah.
we try and watch a horror movie, she's like, "Oh, this isn't bad." And I'm like, God, "Is there any you haven't seen?" Yeah, not really.
That bitch is gonna die because
Yeah.
she's
Right, and she's totally like she will absolutely spoiler it without even thinking about it, or you can tell something's going to
She
happen because
talks
she
through
makes
movies.
noises.
Yeah.
But Saltburn, yeah, we're all like watching it, and it just gets like dead quiet, and then we just all start making like cringy noises. Yeah.
That was me in watching Hostel
Oh yeah.
when they broke out the drill. And like,
Oh,
right,
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
nope, nope. I can't. And then my buddy, I didn't know what the movie was. And I went up to visit a buddy of mine up near Massillon, and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna watch this movie Hostel." I'm like, I don't know what that is. He's like, "It's a horror movie. It's cool. Never seen it."
It's
And
a
we're
good.
both sitting there like,
I mean,
I'm like, turn the shit off. He's like, nope.
it delivers everything that I ask of a horror movie.
It is.
It was
The problem with that type of movie, though, that shit could happen.
right,
Yeah,
like that, and those
right.
are like
Give
those
me
are the
demons.
best slash
Right,
worst.
Like it's not the guy who like it's not Jason Voorhees.
Yeah,
It's not Freddy
Freddy.
Krueger. It's like nope. There are people who do this shit.
Right.
Give
like,
me
this is
yeah.
a thing.
Or like the ones that
This
are
is
like
human trafficking.
based
Yeah.
on like myth that people swear it's real, like Mothman prophecies, because that's what just south of us too.
Yes.
Like those types of horror
Chupacabras and-
where you're like, oh my god, this could actually be a thing.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, give me demons, give me myth, give me
Right.
give me Jason
That's
and
the
Freddy.
second time demons has come up today.
I'm just don't.
So I have to tell my demon joke.
Oh, okay. Oh god. Okay.
Let me bring it up a
Just-
third time. The
oh,
guy I sold my camera to drove a demon.
Oh,
He drove a
okay.
Dodge Demon.
So have you ever heard of a reverse exorcism?
I've heard of one.
Yeah,
But
that-
explain it to
Yeah,
me.
that's where a demon tells the priest to get out of a child.
Accurate.
Speaking of things that happen.
Yeah. So, fucking demons.
Yeah,
Boy,
this
we
is-
really do cover a broad range
yeah.
of
Oh,
yeah.
topics.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
it's
every
it's
week.
everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's-
this is every week. We just rarely do we come in with usually it's like, what are we gonna drink?
Yeah, not what are we going to talk about?
'Cause the
talking will-
conversation's gonna
It'll
happen.
happen.
Yeah.
It just
And when we
Goes.
were actually talking to people, like, look, we would really like to make this a little bit more like mainstream and widespread, and get more viewers and get more listeners.
Well, I
What-
mean, I feel like you just cut out a huge section of the population with that last demon joke.
I don't want
the people that are
Yeah.
those people aren't listening
Right?
to this show.
Not only that, but I don't want those people listening.
Yeah, I don't
anyways.
want them here.
Not invited.
They don't belong.
Yeah, so
If you ain't
Like,
dark
I
and
was-
twisted and have a
talking to
shitty
Tim,
sense of humor.
and Tim was like, "Yeah, don't script it." He was like,
Oh, no.
everything you do happens organically, and the conversations that you have." He was like, "If you try and put a time limit on it, it's gonna try and you're gonna truncate. Like you're like, well, we're getting to that time, so we got to wrap this up." And it the way we have done it is like it naturally comes to an end, or
Yes.
we're like, "Hey, before."
Slurring.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not yet, but sometimes.
Yeah, that has happened. Or it's, hey, let's cut it here and do another show where we do the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
and I
that's
think
usually how it happens.
when he's come in the door and I've raised my eyebrows, it's usually when you've taped more than one show at a time and he literally stumbles his ass back in the house.
Yeah, it's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been times where when we were recording at my place, I was trash before the show started. And it was just Randy and I, and he'd come in. I'm like, let's fucking go because I am gone. I said, I am fucking to the moon.
I was
then-
craving a martini earlier today. I really thought about
I
grabbing
don't
a
have
But-
olives out here, but I could do a martini.
I mean, we can pause.
Oh, no, we're good.
That is a thing. We can
Yeah.
actually.
We're good. We promised taking the kiddo out for dinner tonight, so I got to be able
We're
to.
going to get some real Italian.
Oh my
No.
God, Michael!
The
stop
McDonald's
it.
of Italian.
Your mom's not listening.
Michael, stop. You can't call out my mom on the podcast.
Sorry.
Let me call out my
I love
mom.
you, Sherry.
My mom, you can definitely call out.
She's
She
dead.
can't retaliate.
She's not with us anymore. That's why.
Actually, she went to take Diesel for a walk today.
Oh.
Look at.
Diesel's dead too.
Oh, I figured. I'm like, man, even when you pour that beer, like it just looks thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's the consistency.
I
of
honestly
motor oil.
don't think that Randy would like this.
He wouldn't. You know what? He probably would because it's a barrel aged. So if you didn't tell him it was a barrel aged, if you left that part out,
maybe, yeah.
he'd be like, this is, and then he said, well, it's actually a barrel aged. He may hypocrite himself and change his tune.
So I'd almost like to game plan next week.
Well, next week is Brewfest.
Yeah.
And if that's the thing. So I don't know when it ends. Like it starts at 1 for us.
Right. I don't know what time Dom's going to do the things. And that might be a thing to ask him.
Yes. Because we just got invited to the after party that may or may not be public.
Right. And so there are special tappings that occur during the VIP part, which is the part we're going to.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly, I never read about Brewfest. I'm just like, yeah, I'll just buy the ticket. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll just get the VIP
We'll do
ticket
the
and show up
things.
early because I want to get there and try to get as much shit as I can before the
Before
general
music
public
gets real loud.
and the music gets turned way the fuck up too loud to scare people off.
Yeah.
So
It's a good time. I don't. It's cold.
oh no, I'm with you. I've been watching the weather. Right now it's supposed to be 40. Liz goes,
Oh,
I think
that's
it's
not
gonna,
bad.
She's like, I think it's going to be warmer. I'm like, it better be warmer and it better not fucking rain.
Because when we did this in Minnesota, it was like -10. It was terrible. It was
yeah,
so bad.
It was
Dangerous. It was dangerous.
Again, we got the VIP ticket, so we had access to the heated tent, which was
Clutch.
Oh yeah, you would have to.
There were, I would say, 75% of the people who were there, like the people like the vendors, couldn't serve beer because the lines were freezing.
Yeah.
And then they had live bands, and I still have no idea how guitar players were dealing with that. Like
Gloves.
But people still
Fingerless
managed.
gloves.
People still managed to just get like trashed, and you're like,
Well,
it
that's
is
the only thing.
-10,
You have to at that point.
just
you
to
don't
stay
feel it.
warm, right? But then, like the downside of it is you see people stumbling through the ice and the snow, and you're like,
Well,
nurse.
and then they had
and-
like frozen slides to go down and shit. It was
Body wise or alcohol wise?
No, like actual.
Oh, okay.
Like
So not like a liquor lounge.
no,
Like
like an actual
Human
I'm gonna
body
climb
slide
up the thing
Oh,
and
oh,
slide
that-
down. It was amazing.
No, that sounds
it was terrible.
Dangerous.
yeah. That sounds
It
like
was.
something we would have done in the 80s.
Yeah, exact. Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah. Like they don't make the metal slides they used to, where you had to climb 30 fucking stories up and then slide down that metal slide
And
that's
leave a
been
layer of
baking
skin.
in the
Right,
sun.
like that was that with a thermometer was reading at 350.
Yeah, and then you go down it on your ass, and all of a
Like,
sudden,
it was fun, but I have 3rd-degree burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I left 4 layers of skin up there.
yeah, and then you land in a mud puddle at the bottom because the water didn't evaporate.
Right.
All right, so
Sorry about your sepsis.
at 1:15, Double Edge is special tapping of their toasted pecan oatfield, which is
That sounds good.
an oatmeal stout.
Their oatfield is really good. I'm not a big oatmeal stout guy, but their oatmeal stout is really good. And for whatever reason, just recently, like in the last 6 months, I've taken a liking to pecans. Or pecans, depending on
Pecans.
who you are. Or
I was about to
pecans.
say, I got some good ones over there.
Yes,
too.
those are bourbon-soaked pecans. Or
I bet those are actually pretty good with your beer. They would have been really good with that
well,
Maker's
let's
Mark.
try it.
Well, okay then.
We haven't. Mike hasn't done a charcuterie board lately, where we do the meats and the fats with
Boy,
the.
that
Oh.
blew minds.
Yeah.
Did it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it blew Randy's mind more so than mine. Randy's like, "Holy shit, this is so good." But
Yeah.
I just need a second.
Wait a minute. Since you all are still drinking beer, I'm going to have a little bit more of this Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
So at 1:30, Brew Brothers is. You're fine.
That's all right.
Brew
Just
Brothers is tapping Drip, which is an imperial breakfast stout with coffee and chocolate at 11.1%.
I'm in. Oh my God. Take a drink.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. And then let's see at
Yeah.
1:30, Land Grant is doing the Monillo Cocoa Chili Coffee Milk Stout at 10%.
Is that like a
Mexican hot chocolate.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I like a really good Mexican hot chocolate stout.
Combustion at 2:00 is doing the Chupacabra Stout
Speaking of chupacabras.
at 10%. Let's see. Also at 2:00, Wolf Ridge is doing their Caramel Macchiato Daybreak,
That'll be interesting.
5%, which will be a good after the other two.
Yeah.
2:15, Buckeye or Phoenix Brewing is doing Buckeye Ferryman Peanut Butter Oatmeal Milk Stout.
These are definitely winter sounding beers.
So this sounds like at every 10-minute increments.
Like 15 minutes, yeah.
I need you to start doing a little bit of running, Mike.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be sprinting from one tent to the next.
Noctera at 2:15 is a coffee chili stout at 10%.
Ooh.
I feel like that's what you just made me last week.
Yeah. Land Grant, Double Edge, Devil's Kettle at 2:00. The Chupacabra. Yep. Yep. That's.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, the people. So.
And High Bank is going to be there with Whiskey War and
Yep.
Whiskey War Double Oaked,
Which I want to try. Like I do like High Bank. I think they do a really good whiskey.
I like the Whiskey War stuff. Yep.
And that's what that Trail of Unicorns is, a whiskey war like that. But I don't know what it is about that particular. I don't know if it's the Wilderness Trail. Like Wilderness Trail, I think is good by itself, but I think a whiskey finished in a whiskey barrel. I think that's what's throwing me off with the Trail of Unicorn Tears, because that is in a Wilderness Trail barrel. It's finished in a barrel.
So I'll go through everything that's going to be there. Brewdog's going to be there with Cold Beer American Lager, Wingman Imperial Tropical IPA 9.5,
Ooh.
Hazy Jane. Brew Brothers is going to be there with Redhead Amber Ale, Toasty, which is an English mild, 3%. That's
I've never had anything from Brew Brother.
I don't know that I have.
I don't
either.
even know who they are. I wish that I really. This sounds horrible. I wish the brewery that just went under was there. Like that 1487 or whatever it was that just got hit for the. Well, they just closed their doors because of embezzlement.
Oh, well, that does feel like in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very Ohio. Combustion's going to be there with Mayflower Macchiato Espresso Milk Stout, Combustion IPA, and their Pick Cherry Cider, which is
that sounds fun.
phenomenal.
Hold on, who is that?
Combustion.
Okay, I was gonna say because combustion. Someone has a combustion ale that isn't combustion.
Yeah. What is that? Devil's Kettle's going to be there with their Winterfest Bock.
I've never had anything from them.
They have good stuff.
Do they?
A Winterfest box sounds good.
Hell's Awaits Lager. Chupacabra Stout is their special tapping. Double Edge is going to have Billy the Kid Maibach, William the Adult, Big Shot Bourbon Ale, and the Toasted Pecan Oatfield. Ooh. Great Lakes is going to be there with Conway's Irish Ale, Midwest IPA, and a Cran Orange Wheat.
How awesome would it be if Lancaster's Brewfest became like the largest beer fest in Ohio?
I would be fine with that.
That crayon orange wheat sounds good too, though.
Taking over the entirety of downtown, not just
That square.
that square.
That'd be so fun.
Like all the way down Main Street to Columbus.
I try to explain to people that we have the open container.
Yeah.
Door
Dora's
cups.
Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you, DDL.
Yep.
Love
So-
you, Amanda.
Here, this made Liz and I laugh the other day. Of all the shit that's going on within Carroll right now, so they've got the shit going on with like the expansion because someone sold off 100 acres, and
Really?
there's a developer who's trying to put in like a senior citizen living and 750 unit apartments in Carroll, like actually in the village of Carroll. And my buddy's calling me, and I bet you he wants to go to Double Edge right now. So it's all this shit's like going on in Carroll. They passed an ordinance for open carry drinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Carroll. And I'm like, no one fucking goes to Carroll just to walk around and drink.
I don't know. Is the Shirky's Pizza that we go to? That's in
Carroll.
That's in
Yes.
Carroll.
Oh yeah.
That's
we'll
down the street from my
we'll
house.
We'll just get a beer but seriously though, no complaints to Carroll because Carroll's
great.
charming.
It's a great
But like
little
it's not like
village.
there's a robust downtown atmosphere that I
Right.
have seen where you're gonna want to walk around. So maybe this is good like Carroll urban development. Like maybe this is laying the groundwork.
Oh, that's good, Mike. No, I agree. I do agree with you. But no one's coming to Carroll other than... There's only two things in Carroll to come to. Shirky's in the filling station.
Yeah.
Friday night, if you guys... The two of you, three of you, four of you, whatever. One of you. Friday night, you want a fucking phenomenal steak dinner? Go to the filling station. They're limited on how many they make per night.
Okay.
On a Friday, you get, I think it's a T-bone steak, baked potato, and green beans for like $13.
Done.
It is so goddamn good.
I mean, is it embarrassing that I'm more excited about the green beans? Are they good green beans?
They have good
Well,
green
no,
beans.
because you just went to New Orleans.
Oh, my God.
And she sent me a picture of a plate that looked like any diner you go to, and she was like,
Shrimp, potatoes, green beans.
and she was like, "This is one of the best meals I've had
Yeah,
in a long time."
their green bean, like everything that they do is fucking phenomenal. And I'm a disgusting human being when it comes to potatoes.
Yes,
Like I will take potatoes and I will throw corn on potatoes. I will throw cheese on potatoes. I will throw sour cream on potatoes.
Melissa
I will
just
mix
made the best fucking potatoes.
Hold on. I will mix steak blood with potatoes and steak sauce. We do a baked potato bar at least once a month, and Harley hates potatoes.
How do you? Oh, that's so sad.
She likes French fries, but
I mean,
will,
French fries are the gateway drug to the rest of the potato world.
But she will not. She doesn't like potato skin. She doesn't like. She
Oh,
only
I
likes.
love
She
potato
likes
skin.
mashed potatoes and French fries.
This just came
and tater
up this
tots.
week. Do you remember potato skins? The
Yes.
actual.
in the
chip.
bag?
Yes.
Yes.
No,
The
those
chip.
were
I
fine.
didn't
They
think
were
all
fucking
that
great.
They were
think they were
good.
I'd rather have just regular potato chips.
But I will do some nasty ass shit with fucking potatoes.
I just saw
broccoli,
A-
and cheddar with sour cream
Yeah.
and
just
chili on
saw
it.
a potato gratin, and you make regular mashed potatoes with like a buttload of sour cream. You lay them in a pan, and then you julienne potatoes, like for scallop potatoes.
Yeah.
And put them on top of
Yeah.
mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Oh God, yes.
With cheese
I'm in.
and butter, and bake it.
Starch my ass up.
Yeah.
Okay, so
100%.
I was telling you, like Niao's Creole Kitchen in New Orleans, it's like 2 miles off the main drag of New Orleans. It was amazing. But they took like just your regular boiled parsley potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
really, really yummy, and then they smash them, and I think they threw them on
Cook
top
'em
of a flat top.
So a black stuff.
So they're all like
So they get a
crispy.
crust.
Yes.
Were you there?
No.
Okay,
No,
then let me
but
tell
he-
the story, Michael.
But he knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
Shut up.
I interrupt. I'm playing Randy today.
Yes, you are.
Let me tell the fucking potato
And
story.
I'm gonna be honest. It's so much better than some of the shit he says.
Love you, Randy.
I do.
we
Feel
miss
better.
you.
Love you.
Continue.
Well, I told it now. You like interrupted and talked about the flat top and how they get all crispy. Fuck you.
I don't own a grill anymore. I own a smoker that I use as a grill, and I own a Blackstone that I use as a grill.
Yeah.
And I made, so for Valentine's Day, Lexi had her boyfriend over, and he had no idea what he was in for.
I'm so excited.
Like,
Okay,
I-
wait. I got to prepare myself. All right, I'm ready. Tell me all about it.
Okay.
Okay.
So Liz and I do not celebrate Valentine's Day. We just make a dinner and
Yeah.
whatever. But inevitably, I will go out because I will buy flowers. I will buy. I'm sorry, Melissa. This thing is not flowing.
You're fine. I love the smell of cigar smoke.
Okay.
We're good.
All right, so I go buy flowers. I go buy chocolates. I do the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't do a card. But Liz is like, we're not buying ourselves we're not buying each other anything. I'm like, yeah, I know, but
It's a horrible noise.
I just do it like, yes, we're not buying ourselves anything, but I go out and buy this shit anyway. Like, I just do the whole thing. And I don't buy roses because Liz doesn't like roses. She's like, I like tulips and I like this and I like that.
Tulips are my favorite flower.
So I buy the little
lilies.
bouquet I bought had like little daisies in it and tulips, and it had one yellow rose in it. So bought that. Bought like a thing, like a Worthman's sampler fucking thing for $15.
Sure.
And just whatever. I do it every year, and she gets pissed at me. But for dinner, we always do a Valentine's Day dinner. So she's like, well, I bought steaks. And I'm like, all right, cool. She goes, well, I didn't actually buy steaks. I'm like, she goes, we're going to use the steaks we got from your sister for Christmas. So my sister ordered Omaha steaks. Like a whole
How is that?
They were really good.
Were they? Okay.
They're really good. Like,
Right.
and I could beat the shit out of my sister because my sister and I are not supposed to buy each other anything. We buy for the kids.
Okay.
But her and her husband, Jose, bought us fucking Omaha steaks. And I didn't buy shit for my sister. And I'm like, I kind of feel bad, but we're really not supposed to be buying shit for each other unless we're down there. Mm-hmm. And you just sent like $150 worth of fucking Omaha shit up here. My brother-in-law got a deck of playing cards. Star Wars playing cards. Which,
Not cheap,
not cheap. They were like $15 for a deck. Like, yeah.
which seems insane.
It seems insane, but it's like the dark side. Or no, I bought the light side. So this company called Theory 11, I think.
I think that's right.
I think that's what it was.
Or close.
They make playing cards. That's all they do. But they make specialized playing cards. And they make them in bulk. So it's not like you're custom ordering these playing cards, but they're so detailed that they're fucking amazing.
Okay.
So I bought like this. I sent Sarah a message. I'm like, hey, light side or dark side? Just pick one. And she goes, oh, definitely light side, Luke. She goes, there's always that Vader. I'm like, which is it? I need to know. So I bought the light side version. And they come in like you buy the light side, but the dark side like matches up.
Okay.
Like, so I can buy him the dark side as well. So bought him the light side, and ordered him a limited edition from a company called Paradigm Works, I think is the name of the company. They take Lego minifigs and they make like special operator and all these different things. Mm-hmm. And both my sibling and Sarah and Jose are both in the Army. They make a limited run John Wick minifig. And I bought 2 of them.
So see, like,
I bought that, like, but it wasn't like that was for Jose.
And those are meaningful gifts.
They are.
Yeah.
That was for Jose. That's not for like Sarah and Jose. And I was just like, God damn it! Like she fucking sent all this shit up here.
And it was a good steak.
But it was so yes, it was a good steak. So I had to go buy another steak because Jackson was coming over.
That's the boyfriend.
That's Lexi's boyfriend. He was coming over, and I'm like, that's fine. So I went and bought a bigger steak, like I don't know, about yay big, and I cut it in half to be about the same size as everything else. I took an Omaha steak. Lexi took an Omaha steak. Jackson fucking took an Omaha steak.
Uh-oh.
Harley got the Kroger steak. She had no different. But I was just like, this is really good. But half of that Kroger steak I put away because I undercooked it because I like my shit rare.
How do I like my steaks?
I'm like rare enough that a good vet could bring it back.
Yeah.
Yes, just take the moo out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my grandfather. Whenever he ordered a steak.
Throw a match at the cow.
Like, I mean, if you put defibrillators on the cow, you've overcooked it.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. And that my grandfather's response was always like, well, how would you like that cook? He's like, you can either bring the cow to me or just take the moo out of it. Perfect. Yeah. So, and my parents have always done medium rare. I want that shit rare.
I'm a medium to well, and I know.
That's
sorry.
not even a steak, though. That's a hockey
see,
puck.
but it's
But as long as you don't put ketchup on it, you're fine.
Don't put ketchup. Oh my god!
like, but
don't
you
get me
like
started
what
on
you
ketchup.
like, right? Like, I try not
You
to give people
do.
shit about like their taste and stuff because like I could, but at the same time, like I'm not. I've tried. It freaks me out. I don't like the texture.
about
I
it.
just
One of my favorite things in the world is as you let the steaks rest.
Yes, I let it rest for 30 minutes,
And like
drinking the shit off the
just-
plate.
a roll or just a piece of fucking white bread.
I've
Soak
progressed beyond
up.
that.
Oh my god.
I was
It's
so,
the fucking best.
which
Pour
is where
that-
I'm going with this.
Pour that on your mashed
Nasty.
potatoes.
I do. I pour that on my baked potato, but we're sitting there and like I'm divvying out like we took all the plates out to the table and everybody just grabbed a steak. It wasn't like anybody was assigned a steak or they got put on their plate, which is how Harley ended up with and she doesn't know any better, so it's fine. I grabbed the plate, I picked it up, I walked out to the kitchen, and I'm standing at the sink, and I'm making sure that no one's looking at me.
even though
It's
you're
like you're telling a dirty joke.
And I just grab the plate, and I'm just like, I
I
just tilt the whole thing up, and Jackson sees me do it. No one else sees me, and I'm just like, and I just put it back down. I've got like steak drippings down my face, and I just looked down and went,
Actually, I feel like Saltburn might be really appropriate for you.
I went, yeah.
I feel like you should absolutely run,
And I just
run to go watch
ran
that
it
movie.
under the water and put it right in the.
Oh, so
no one, and of course Liz would have seen it. Like
So
she would have looked at it and been like,
Just saying, for anyone who has watched Saltburn, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
so that is
Martelle.
how I do steaks.
Okay.
100%. Like I see no fault in that.
I'm done with this fucking cigar. It won't stay lit, and I burned myself twice. Anyhow, all right. So you just opened up my Bowman brothers.
No, I just took the wrapper off. I did.
Well, no, I'm just, yeah, it's fine.
like-
So do we want it? We're at an hour-ish.
You just kick it into a new one.
We can kick it into a new one, or we can just make this a longer one. I do have one in the hopper that I haven't put out yet. I haven't
don't
even
care.
edited. I haven't done anything with it yet.
Don't care.
Let's keep this train rolling then.
Yeah.
All right. So Bowman Brothers. So this is an A. Smith-Bowman. I always get the name backwards. This is just recently started coming into Ohio. So you can get the
Did it?
Yes.
Oh.
You can get the small batch,
Okay.
which is called Bowman Brothers. You can get the port, which has another name that I can't remember. The J.J. Bowman is their single barrel, and their A. Bowman Smith is their cast strength. The cast strength, I don't know if I gave you a
don't-
sample or that or
I don't
not.
think
I
so.
still have some of the bottle. I didn't win the lottery this year for it. That's what
Okay,
I went
no,
to DC
I
for.
Didn't. I haven't tried that.
You
No,
went to
that was-
DC?
I had to drive all the way to Virginia to get a bottle because I won the opportunity to buy a bottle. The distillery is in
Virginia.
Virginia. It is a Buffalo Trace product. So what they do is they have everything basically done at Buffalo Trace in Kentucky. They ship everything out to back to Virginia, whatever.
Whatever.
So they ship everything back to Virginia, and then they process it, store it, bottle it, all at that facility. So it's processed by Buffalo Trace, sent back to Virginia, and then finished. Like the I don't know how to explain it. Like it's a weird thing that they have because Buffalo Trace bought A. Smith-Bowman a couple years ago, but they still do everything in Virginia other than like the milling and everything else. So they shit and
Okay.
And
So
all the
this is what
grains.
we're drinking is your DC bottle?
No,
Oh.
no. So the DC bottle, I thought about bringing like a sample bottle so that we could divvy it out, like a 2-ounce bottle, and then divvy it out into like 3/4 or 1/3
Whatever.
or whatever. But because it's so hard, that's a once a year release. Like, not that I don't want to give it to you guys, but I want to try to keep it as long as I can to make it last.
Yeah.
But this small batch and port finish are now available in Ohio.
Port finish intrigues me.
I'm not a port finish guy. Like the Angel Envy port finish, like their run of the mill Angel Envy, I'm not a fan of. So
I've only had basic Angel's Envy.
Which is that's a port
Is
finish.
that their port finish?
That's a
And
port finish.
That's okay.
Because it's either that, barrel strength, or cask strength, or a rye. So, and you've had the rye because I brought the rye.
yeah.
So, but their cask strength is good. I don't know if it's a port finish. It can't be a port finish if it's barrel strength. But the run of the mill Angel Envy I'm not a fan of. And I'm not I'm not a big port finish guy, so I didn't buy the port finish bottle. But I bought this, and I bought a bottle of Buffalo Trace, and it still was under $65.
Wow. Okay. It's a gorgeous bottle.
I love this bottle.
It's
like this is one of my favorite bottle designs.
It's really pretty.
And as you look through, the brothers are on the back side of the bottle.
It's neat.
It's clever marketing.
Yes, it's a Larceny, a Castle and Key.
Yeah.
Or anybody. Travelers had the map through the bottle.
Yep.
So it's a thing.
Travelers is more marketing than anything else.
With Chris Stapleton, who doesn't drink alcohol, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to judge this on that. So I'm going to rinse my cup.
Oh.
I will put that out in the center if anybody wants to grab a.
What do you
Already rinsed.
What do you do? You just literally just squirt it and just like toss it?
No.
You
I
just drink it.
Oh, okay.
It's just diluted.
Bourbon flavored water.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just diluted bourbon.
Where do you
I'll take the neck pour.
the what?
The neck pour.
I thought you-
There, honest to God, there are bourbon people who think that the neck pour is
the
shit.
worst. Do you want more than that?
Oh no, we're good.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, yeah, it's the neck pour. The first 2 ounces out of the bottle is the worst, and then you have to let it sit for a week before you.
Why do you? Is that because it's like closer to being exposed to the air, or like what?
There is science behind it. So, essentially, some guys will open a bottle, pour it out. They'll just drink that, whatever, make an old fashioned out of it, whatever, and they'll let that sit for a week or two because of oxidization. Oxidization
As soon as the air
can help. It's air in the bottle.
Yeah.
It's breathing. It can help. It can hurt. So the further you get down, so if you get down to, I don't know, less than a quarter of the bottle, you might as well finish the bottle because some guys will be like, it starts to go bad.
Yeah.
So would that be good?
And
like
you had that experience.
I've had that experience more than once.
So is that like throw it into your infinity bottle?
You can throw it into an infinity bottle. You can drink it, but they'll say it doesn't retain the flavor because there's too much air in the bottle for it to. The air takes everything away from it.
Okay.
That's in the bottle.
Okay.
So I've become once I had the cask strength, which is 144. The bottle that I have is 144. When I had that at the distillery, I was like, holy shit, this has become one of my new favorite whiskeys. And I'm big on high percentage. Like that's primarily what I look for, anything over 120%. Or 120 proof, sorry. I was there. They do free tastings. If you just show up at their distillery,
Nice.
you can just take a tour and a tasting and it's free. You don't have to buy anything. They'll just do it. And that is one of the best whiskeys I have had was this Bowman Brothers and the A. Bowman Smith cask strength. The ports,
$35?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's super cheap in relative to like what it is.
Inexpensive. There's a difference between cheap and inexpensive.
Inexpensive, yes.
Cheap indicates low quality.
Low quality. No, this is quality. This is a quality ass bourbon. And there's a whole like great story that they get into about the Bowman brothers and how many times they've had to jump from like where they were growing everything and doing everything and how many times they've had to move the farm to when Sazerac bought and now is owned by Buffalo Trace and everything. Like they go through the whole thing and you go through the facility. If you're in or can get to Virginia to take this tour, take the tour.
So this is Sazerac.
But Sazerac owns Bowman Brothers, A. Bowman Smith. Sazerac owns Buffalo Trace. So it is all of the same company. But this is, they haven't changed the recipe on the 4 products that they offer. which is why Buffalo Trace bought a Smith-Bowman.
Well, I'll be curious to see what you smell in the nose because I don't think that this has as much nose as the.
Well, that's
Maker's
a
Mark?
wheat.
Okay.
So that's a wheated. This is a corn.
But I do get orange.
I can see a little bit of orange.
Cream.
Very cream. Up my nose. Literally put it up my nose. Came back too hard.
Came in too hot.
Yeah.
Coming in hot.
Oh, that's all I smell. It went into my sinuses.
Oh, you're going to die.
I might. All right. Orange, cream,
Peach.
sweet, rock fruit,
Yeah. Apricot, peach. Peaches and cream.
vanilla, caramel. Earthy.
Oh, great mouthfeel.
Very creamy and viscous.
Yeah.
Coating. Like it coats.
Yeah.
It coughs.
Toffee.
Yeah. It's super... Like the nose to the mouth is
Have
completely
you had
different.
this before?
Yeah, I had this at the distillery. Yeah.
This is also really nice.
And this is real close to what I remember having there. Although, by the time I was done, I was just like, "Holy shit!"
This is really drinkable.
This is crushable.
Yeah, like you could have malt.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
not super aggressive.
And if you make this in an old fashioned,
You're
you're
gonna-
gonna die.
you're gonna
killing
be in
the
trouble.
bottle.
No, I'm gonna have another. And
You're
another.
gonna
and
drink the
another.
bottle and just be dead.
All right, so
Oh yeah, cherry juice would be so good with
Yeah.
this.
I pulled up
Just
Breaking
some
Bourbon.
cherry juice in it would be amazing.
Breaking Bourbon's review. Nose, a welcoming aroma of brown sugar, sweet cinnamon, oak, and a twinge of floral potpourri. A quick swirl of the glass brings forth a bouquet of additional sweet notes of candy apple, peach, and custard. Pleasant note with a fair amount of complexity that surprised me quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean that's almost
Custard,
spot on to
cream.
what we
Yeah,
said.
that was-
Custard, cream,
Apricots or was
stone fruit, apricots, peaches, a little bit of orange.
Oh, that second sip.
It's more
It's
like
so
orange
nice.
blossom. It's not orange. It's orange blossom. Oh, that sounds so hoity-toity.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like
But-
I don't have a problem with being
pretentious AF?
aggressively pretentious about certain things.
Right. And this is so
Coming from a person who has tattoos of beer ingredients, like
Yeah.
I don't
And a
have
buffalo.
like I don't have a problem with
Are you Indian? Because you have a buffalo on you.
Yeah, yes, that exactly. Like Redskin or Red Dot.
Michael McLaren. We have talked about this.
Hold on.
I am just issuing an apology.
No, you don't have to because we're playfully
my
racist.
God, Michael.
I almost made a black joke earlier.
No, do not.
so it's fine. Our listeners expect it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So palate. Its oily and thick mouthfeel is immediately noticeable.
It is
Vanilla,
very-
toffee, roasted nuts, and toasted oak hint with medium intensity.
It is very oily.
Despite having sweeter flavor, the palate is quite dry overall and keeps the sweet flavors in check.
I don't get dry.
A little rough around the edges, but has a decent core.
This is why I don't like breaking bourbon.
Yeah.
I don't get dry.
I don't either.
I don't get dry, but I get the... It's a little rough, but it's very palatable.
It's very palatable.
And like, it's a clean finish.
yes,
I mean, it's a quick finish. It's
Yeah.
not. It doesn't linger.
it's there. It's gone.
Yeah.
and you can go right back for the next one and not have to worry about like
That's why this
choking
will.
on it.
That's why this will get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Because it goes down real easy.
Yeah, and like I said, this is their recipe. Like this is the recipe they've been doing for whatever 100 years, less than.
This makes me want to try more of their.
I have 2 other bottles. Like
really-
I'm more than happy to bring over a sample of the cast strength. Like I am so limited on even me having it. Like
So here's
that-
a review from Whiskey Ramble. Nose, woody backbone with an approximation of cherry vanilla frosting. dried out caramel, and a slightly sulfuric undercurrent. Tangible cereal corn grain overtakes the wood as it sits. Post-sip experience is fruitier with dried apricot.
I
so
don't
there's
know.
the stone fruit.
I don't know that when he says sulfuric, I think eggs, like rotten eggs.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't get that at all. I don't know any other sulfuric.
Not on the nose, no. Palate, light, medium texture, red grape, vanilla, light brown sugar. I get light brown
I get
sugar.
the light brown sugar.
Roasted corn with that sulfur essence. No, I don't get that.
This is your charcuterie board. This would be really good with your
Yeah,
your
this
dried
is-
fruits and your
Yeah,
And your dried meats
dried
and-
your
apricots and, like,
prosciutto.
prosciutto.
That
This would go excellent with that.
Flavors are light and sweet, but the experience is somewhat rough and incoherent. I don't get
I
that.
don't get that
Vanilla
either.
and wood remain with a consistent with a dried cherry note.
I get some
the dried.
oaky.
I get dried cherry.
I get dried cherry. I get oak when they say wood, but I don't feel like I'm chewing on a toothpick. Like this isn't like a 12-year anything.
that
That saline just kind of
that is just weird.
it always balances it
I
out.
mean, but I like salt added to my
Or
coffee
it
too.
kills
But
it.
this is
like
is nice.
the salt with the Travelers, like just
well,
like
Traveler,
obliterating.
but it wasn't good to begin with.
Finish a bit on the dry side. Wit transitions into honey graham crackers along with a little tobacco. Hint of oatmeal raisin cookies. I get that.
I don't get the tobacco, but I can.
I
can
I
see
get the oatmeal raisin
oatmeal
cookie.
Yeah.
raisin cookie.
Like this is nice. I really like this.
Yeah, we're 2 for 2 today.
Yeah,
Actually,
I
we're
try
3
not
for
to
3.
buy. I wanted to take this show like, oh, well, we're gonna do this, and sometimes we may have something bad. We did have the Travelers. It's not bad. It's just not good.
Yeah.
But like getting into like
And that's what I was
B-mate
trying to
star.
explain with like the Camille. The Camille's not bad,
no, it's good.
The new Camille.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
it's
new
not
Camille.
bad.
Liz really liked it.
Yeah.
but it's not as good as some of the other ones we've had.
Because
Yes.
I like really
For those that
deep-
don't know, that's a Cooper's Hawk wine pick.
And
that
I'm a
Michael
cab-
and I are going back and forth on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I like my wines like if bark and leather and rocks fall out, that's what I like.
Yeah.
And this Camille is a little
It's a little sweeter.
fruitier. Yeah, a little
It's
lighter.
it's jammy,
yes.
which isn't a bad
Which I
thing.
like. Just when I think of Camille, that's not where I put
Right.
that.
You put it more as like you said, the rocks and the everything
yes.
else.
Camille for me is like slap you in the face,
Yeah.
like it's
This
gonna like make your cheeks suck in.
This, also fantastic.
What's that?
The pecans.
Oh yeah, that's why.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I gave you one because they're like that's what I'm saying. This is a great charcuterie board
Yeah.
accompaniment.
This is no, and at this point, I've had everything. They have a bourbon cream, I think.
Oh,
They do because we had it. They have a bourbon cream that is out fucking standing.
Middle West bourbon cream is one of
you
my
know what?
favorites. We need to just
I'm
go
not
to
a fan.
okay, but
Really?
I would prefer Buffalo Trace over Middle West.
Okay, that's fine.
okay, but I want to dial this back.
Unfortunately.
That drop of saline completely just changed this.
I
Like
think
it was super drinkable before. Now it's like we're dangerously drinkable.
So I think we need to do water then saline.
Yeah.
Because once you do saline, there's no going
Yeah,
back.
there's 100%.
It totally changes it.
But water even changes. Like water, like a drop or two of water changes whiskey.
But that
But that
Like this makes
that
it
doesn't
like
change it.
you can knock
That's a
this
whole
back.
different vehicle
Yeah.
at this point.
yeah.
Like you took you had a truck and now the truck's convertible and it has a fucking cab on the back.
right.
Yeah.
Like this is smooth. You are
You've changed what it was.
like it's all fun until you try and get out of your chair.
Thank you, Thirsty Whale.
Yeah, that is when that was the thing. Like Corey's like saline solution.
I'm like 100%.
I'm like, yeah,
honestly,
it's
Where'd
just-
you get this,
it's
Mike?
just
Where'd
salt
you
water.
get it? Like
Thirsty
didn't you
Whale.
order?
No, I ordered the eyedroppers so I could make the saline.
Oh, so you actually made saline.
I
Yeah.
made the saline.
So it's not like contact solution.
No.
No, well, you could literally just IV this shit into your
Like
body.
it is a
That's what
Instagram /
so
TikTok
Melissa,
follower.
Yes.
You're a doctor.
I'm a doctor nurse.
Whatever.
Yes.
You can get us bags of saline.
I can. I'm not in clinical practice right now. I'm in education.
That's
I'm in higher
fine.
ed.
You can still get us.
I don't have a prescription
you
pad
can
anymore.
You can get us expired bags of saline because they're just going to throw that shit out.
I cannot.
And we can hang that shit back here and just
Now,
have
if we had
drip
it,
into.
if we had the supplies, I could hang it. I could like put an IV
I have a
in,
hanger.
But
We don't need to put the IV in. We just need it so that we can just grab the
Like,
tube and
just
like
like-
drip into our glass.
oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just need to
This
swap
is
out the
fine.
bag occasionally.
But like this is
this
portable.
is really good though.
Yeah, this is portable.
This is
This is nice.
God.
Yeah,
Like
this-
I think pre-saline, I preferred the Maker's Mark. Post-saline, I prefer the Bowman Brothers.
Oh, that was fucking cool.
Which
was
is
nice.
absolutely like that Bowman like
It's great. It's excellent on its own.
yeah.
Yeah.
They are Middle West spirits for me.
Mm.
Like for Ohio, like they are the Virginia version of that. They don't do any wrong. Like everything that Middle West Spirit has, I have not had a bad bottle of Middle West Spirits.
I got their gin right over there too.
I have
and that's
not
excellent.
had. Well, I haven't had their gin, but I've had their vodka. Their vodka's good. I'm not a vodka guy,
Oh, I'm a vodka girl.
but they're not as good as the American Liquor Company vodka that we did.
okay,
That's good.
I'm just saying dried apricot. Mm-hmm. Like we have some in the house. I'm so tempted to
Like
I
charcuterie board.
I know.
This would be really excellent.
this is
with
Yeah.
great. Yep.
This is one. If we were doing a get together. And someone wanted to try whiskey with a charcuterie board. Like, I don't know
that
that
would
I
be
could
it.
give this to somebody without the charcuterie board.
What it would be fun to do is like try this. Now have this.
Now have this,
Now
try
try
this,
it again.
and try this
We
again.
could build our own taste. We could build our own tasting.
We can, and I've actually been asked to do that. Actually, there is...
Well, aren't you the shit?
Well, and I'm going to need help with it. So I don't know when it's going to happen. And it hasn't been mentioned since, but it was I want to get my team together, and I want to do a whiskey tasting, and I want you to lead it. And I'm
Okay.
like, I'm not qualified for that. Let's fucking do this. So I want to get things that aren't like this, things that are just now available. Because I was asked like 5 or so months ago. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I'll have to bring it up again. But get things like this. Get different things that can, and then have a charcuterie. Because I've been thinking about it, and whiskey pairing
100%.
to help those that they're like, ugh, whiskey. Like I made an old fashioned.
Well, here's the thing. Like whiskey is such a like people.
It's preconceived.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like Jack Daniel's, Jim Beam.
Yes.
Like
It's harsh.
like old school, old granddad, like bar whiskey,
Yes.
and
Well,
and it has come so far.
I made an old fashioned with. I opened up one of my bottles. I have 2 bottles of Virgil Cane ginger. I opened up one,
God, I love Virgin
and I
Cane.
made that was like my all right. I'm gonna make
Gateway
an
whiskey.
orange.
It
yes.
is.
I made an orange ginger old fashioned, smoked old fashioned with
Hell
that.
yeah.
And I didn't go heavy on the on the whiskey. I just made it like I don't measure because I'm a goddamn chef. I don't measure.
Yeah.
I just pour.
Right.
And I poured and I poured and I dabbed and I dabbed and I stir and
Little
I
this, little
and I
that.
pour. And I'm like, Liz, try this. And she goes, I'm like, what is it? Like, why? What? And she goes, it's too strong. I'm like, what do you mean? It can't be too strong. This is this is overly sweet whiskey with ginger. What is too strong about it? She's like, it's too sweet.
See, I don't handle sweet really well either. Like I would rather have like the most pornographically dirty martini out there than a sweet wine. Like I can't do sweet. This was beautifully balanced.
Yeah, sweet wines I'm not a big fan of, but
But you like,
But for those
Yeah.
who like sweet wine, go with it. Like you like what you like. I get that. Not my jam.
the Virgil Cane, I can't drink Virgil Cane straight.
What are you bringing out, babe?
Oh, you're gonna do that. All right,
I want to try it.
I mean, I'm
let's
already.
do that. Let's rinse and then we'll do that because
This is getting to be a long episode, people.
we're at an hour 30.
Who hangs in? Do people hang in that
I
long?
can sometimes. I can
4
split.
minutes.
I can split
Who's
it
our
up.
guy in Texas?
Johnny Edwards.
Johnny. Johnny, if you hung in this long, give us a shout out.
Johnny Johnny. Here's the thing about Johnny. Johnny has his own art studio.
It's Johnny.
Johnny has his own art studio in Austin, Texas.
Austin's a great
Is it
town.
Austin or Dallas?
Dallas is also a great town.
He's in Texas. Yeah. Texas is huge.
Texas is real fucking big.
So he has his own place down in Texas where he does all of this amazing
He has
artwork.
done some serious work.
The article that you sent,
is this mine?
like I said, I looked the
Oh.
guy up, but I didn't go as deep into what you ended up sending us the other day. And someone did an article on him back in 2021, and he has designed an entire, like 2 entire restaurants at that point, and some other stuff. Like
Johnny's an artist.
Well,
He's an
Johnny,
artist.
we are thrilled that you listen.
And Johnny made a comment about redoing our logo. You can only redo our logo, but you have to leave in the deer antlers.
You have a logo?
yeah.
Oh
See,
yeah,
I
I designed a logo.
I
like,
just show up.
I did all that shit like years ago. Like initially, I designed like it was the logo, and then it was like the circle thing, and it said Buckhorn Podcast, and it had like 2000 whatever, and then I got rid of all of that, and now it's just 3. It's like red, orange, and green, or red, orange, yellow lines that come into a white logo.
It's a good
on
logo.
on a gray background.
Is it time for a T-shirt?
If people would buy it, yes, but people aren't buying that shit.
Sponsor us.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's
it's
the logo.
very nice.
Yeah.
That is really
I
visually
literally
appealing.
stole that from Rheingeist.
Yeah.
That
I
is
stole the idea from
That
Rheingeist.
is very
I saw
nice.
it. I'm like,
it's simple and
well,
clear.
and that's what I like. Even when I was
I
in
like
school,
that when I look it up, it says comedy podcast, which is appropriate.
it's comedy or I listed as entertainment on
A
YouTube.
show about everything and nothing all at the same time.
I feel like that is a
What else
valid
does it say on there?
description.
Has that description updated at
No,
all?
it's so original, like quick lookup is a show about everything and nothing at the same time. Your hosts Martelle, Randy, and the occasional guest talk about bourbon, beer,
It
barbecue,
didn't
and
update.
racing.
God damn it!
Just to name a few subjects.
Burns my What?
It didn't update because I added you in, and I had
just
I had
drink?
ChatGPT rewrite the description
Why did it burn my lips?
because they're chapped.
Wow.
Oh, I love having Melissa on. This is great.
Well, that was
That is certainly
that
more
was an
intense than
unexpected
anything that we've had
punch in the
today.
face.
Oh yeah. Holy shit. Yes. It's much more stringent.
Yeah.
Oh, like
And
I
what
feel
is-
like if I was prepping a wound, like I could use
You
that.
could use this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So this is 117. This is only 10%
That I feel like that's less
or
than,
10 proof more than the makers.
but
Well, this is only 40. 45.
Can we just like put the saline in? Because dude, that is rough.
It is harsh compared to what we've had. I might as well. Yeah, I updated. I did update the. Well, I got 2 missed calls. They're from the same person.
So say if one of them is Liz. Liz, I love you. I'm sorry.
No, I have my phone on.
I'm
Do Not
babysitting
Disturb, so-
today because Randy's not here. Not that Randy was a babysitter.
No, he was definitely not.
He was
the
a
babysitter.
shenanigan instigator.
Shenanigan instigator would be the. That's his title.
That's not a
Absolutely his title. Let me see here. I'm gonna log into our account and let's see. Because I know I updated it because it was supposed to update across the board.
I don't know that this was the way to finish, y'all. Like this one's rough.
Oh no, this is absolutely the way to finish because I have a new closer. This is perfect.
Like I with the saline, I like it.
You may need to add that bottle of saline to the whole goddamn
Oh, you are not wrong.
bottle of whiskey.
Nope.
Oh, but it's still like the back of the roof of my mouth. Like
no,
it just
it
like,
is
hits.
it is a hit.
It is. That is.
Ooh.
That is.
That
Like after these two,
after these two, it is definitely
That is not
is.
a.
it is a
smooth
punch in the gut.
I was
Yeah.
like, that is not a smooth talking. Let me wine
No.
and dine you kind of
69
evening.
you.
That
It
is
is not.
nope, that's rough sex.
Yeah,
Oh my-
that is.
Just-
Oh, this is. You know what? I like the fact that we use Podbean, but they irritate the shit out of me that I cannot get to our account settings.
I'm just saying though, for all the girlies that are listening, like the Bowman brothers, that's your Akatar wine. If you know, you know. I mean, your Akatar whiskey. Okay, if you know, you know. Whereas this whiskey war that Mike just handed me is like, I don't know. That's rough.
It's aggressive.
That is aggressive.
It is very aggressive. Even with the drop
Yeah,
of saline,
even with the
it's
saline,
still,
it's aggressive.
It's salty and aggressive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like if you almost drown in the ocean.
Yeah. On a riptide
Yeah.
that you can't get out.
Like a little panicky.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
Yep.
like, you go under and you come up and you're like, and then you go back in and you get a mouthful of salt water.
Yeah.
And then you realize you can stand up.
But yet I'm still finishing.
Exactly.
I'm still
Exactly.
finishing it. I mean, have I put it aside? No.
No.
I mean, like
No, it's not bad.
It's not.
It's just
I couldn't drink that.
aggressive.
I couldn't finish the beer, but this whiskey war I am finishing.
All right. So, wow. I didn't realize I'd written it. I had. It is dive headfirst into a world where bourbon, beer, and randomness reign supreme. Hosted by the lively quartet of Mike, Martelle,
Trio.
Randy, and the occasional guest.
Okay.
I would be the
This
occasional guest today.
unapologetic, not safe for work show offers a refreshing escape from the daily grind designed to brighten your day. This easy listening podcast promises an engaging and entertaining experience. No topic is off limits as the Buckhorn Podcast takes you on a wild ride filled with laughter, camaraderie, and diverse conversations. Whether it's exploring the nuances of different bourbon varieties, sharing the latest trends in the beer world, or delving into the random topics, these spirited hosts deliver a high-energy show that keeps listeners coming back for more. Stay connected at the Buckhorn Podcast. Check out @Buckhorn Podcast on YouTube and Instagram for an even deeper connection. The Buckhorn Podcast engages loyal fans to join their online community, the Buckhorn Lounge.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have
that group that we never use on Facebook. The like-minded enthusiasts can share their passion for all things bourbon, beer, barbecue, racing, or whatever.
And occasionally,
That's what should show up, and it's not.
occasionally you can see Mike get hit by his wife for making an inappropriate comment.
Which is even better.
Yeah.
So this is hyper-aggressive
Yes.
versus what we had, even with the... And this is why, like...
It went like Maker's Mark was more aggressive than the Bowman Brothers, but then
yes.
was like
This is...
bitch slap both of those.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is
angry.
And you guys have finished yours, so...
There you go.
Yeah, there's that whole thing.
I don't know that I had the same level of pour that the two of you did.
I don't know if I don't think I poured you the same.
I was
and I
surprised.
asked you if you wanted more, and you said no.
Yeah, we're good.
So on that terrible disappointment,
I don't
That's
think
the end
it
of the
was a
show.
disappointment. I think it was just different. I still like that.
it's if we had started with that, it'd be a different
I
thing.
agree.
Yeah.
I feel like
I also think that would make an excellent old fashioned.
no,
No, it does absolutely.
100%.
So here's the thing: a higher proof whiskey makes a fabulous old fashioned.
All right, well, make me an old fashioned with that. I mean, not right now.
Oh,
Let's keep this show going.
I was about to say fucking done.
Not right now.
Olive Garden's going to be amazing for you guys tonight.
We have to feed our child.
I hope they take the pasta and they break it in half before they put it in the pot.
You know, like people just.
Oh, there's a deer. A deer just passed the
holy
window.
shit, there is.
Yeah.
He looks tasty.
Oh my! And you do like them like just above bleeding.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I would
100%.
probably just go out there and vampire that shit.
Yeah.
It's all burn. I'm telling you.
All right.
All right. If you like the show, please leave comments.
Share.
Melissa just took all my thunder.
Yeah.
On shutting down the show.
Yeah.
For Melissa and Mike, I'm Martelle. We're out.
Bye.